We are moving on to the second video in our IPA series. If you are a beer novice and you don't know anything about IPAs, you definitely want to check out the first of my 3 IPA reviews just to get a little bit of history on the style and to understand exactly what it is that we're looking for. Our second IPA is from a brewery called Smuttynose. It's a big time, well, as big time as you can get in terms of craft breweries, but big time, I guess, craft brewery from New Hampshire. Very popular, sold all over the place. It's funny because we were having a conversation on Beer Advocate a few weeks ago about breweries that needed to rebrand, and I think a lot of people really like Smuttynose branding. They have, I think it's like Jones Soda, these really random labels. Like this one is just these 2 old dudes in these lawn chairs, and I mean, random. Oh wow, it's so random. It's been done before. I'm so over it, but let's see if they make a good IPA. Oh no, you guys, I'm kind of nervous that this beer could be skunked, which means light struck, which means that light got into the bottle and caused this terrible skunky odor, because that's what I'm smelling right now. I'm smelling skunk. Usually that, I mean, it's more common in green bottles. Green bottles don't protect against light the way brown bottles do. This is a brown bottle, but you never know. You never know what you're going to get. Just in terms of color and clarity, appearance overall, this is very clear. It is a medium gold. It's brilliantly clear. And the head it's bubbly. It's got some burst in bubbles, but it's, you know, it's foamy and gargantuan, and it's a creamy white. So the smell is scary. The appearance is pretty darn good. I mean, the head's kind of wacky, but it's okay. Let's see how it tastes. Hopefully it doesn't taste skunky. I'm not tasting skunk, but I'm not tasting a lot of hop flavor. Of course, aroma is a big part of taste, and I'm not smelling the hops, so that may be why I'm not tasting the hops. I am tasting some hop bitterness. I'm gonna give it some more sips, and I'll be back to fill y'all in. So what's interesting is, while the Captain Lawrence, you could really taste the hop flavor, but there wasn't a lot of hop bitterness, and this is the opposite. There's a good amount of hop bitterness that's actually quite enjoyable. I'm surprised. I guess this is growing on me. I'm growing up. But not a lot of hop flavor. But it's good. I don't know if the bottle was light struck at all, and I think it possibly could have been, but it's still very drinkable. And I do think that either way, this is using a different type of hop than the Captain Lawrence, so it'll be interesting to look and see if I can find the recipes and figure out what hops these are using. For example, Cascade hops will have that resiny, piney citrus, big bam hop aroma, and this is more bitter and less of that resinous sort of flavor that you would get from Cascade hops. So, speckled, what we call lace, right? This residue, we refer to it as lacing on the glass. This was a good IPA. I prefer the classic American hop style with that bright aroma and flavor. This was a little darker is how I would describe it, and more bitter, which again I did like, but I would like a balance between the two. A balance between this and the Captain Lawrence version. Captain Lawrence when it comes to the bitterness, I mean not the bitterness, the flavor, the hop flavor, and then this when it comes to hop bitterness. I noticed that as this warmed up, it kind of had this interesting sweetness to it, and I could taste more of this sort of grainy malt. And that was cool. It's always fun to see how a beer develops as it warms. Okay, yeah, I'm filming like lounging now, because I'm feeling that way. So, the mouthfeel for this was a little crisper than the Captain Lawrence, which I liked. It's fine. Subjectively speaking, I think that some people really love hop bitterness, some people really love hop flavor, and some people like the combination. I mean, I think everyone likes, you know, there's a nice happy medium that, and everyone maybe has their own on the scale there, but it was okay. Obviously, like, I don't know, maybe the smell put me off, but I mean, okay, so I would choose a different hop style, and I think that as a beer judge, I would definitely note that aroma. I think that's a problem. And I don't know if that played into the taste factor as well, but it probably did. And that's what I would note more than anything else. As a home brewer, I would personally probably use a different style of hop. But as a judge, I wouldn't say that, because that's entirely subjective. But anyway, on to the next one.